Nyla was so excited to share Ramadan with her classmates. It was a special holiday for her family. She read her report. There are 2 billion Muslims around the world. Ramadan is the most important month of the year for Muslims. Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. Muslims use a lunar calendar based on the moon, and Ramadan begins when a crescent moon is first sighted. Ramadan is a month of fasting and doing good deeds. Muslims who are old enough and healthy enough to fast do not eat or drink during daylight hours. Once the sun sets, families gather for a big meal called iftar. It reminds us of those who have less. When Ramadan ends, there's a big festival called Eid. Nyla's classmates wanted to know what she loved most about Ramadan, so Nyla pulled out her notebook. Moon sighting, seeing the first Ramadan moon, decorating, putting up pennants and lanterns that shine so bright, Ramadan books, fasting. She wasn't old enough to fast yet, but she liked helping mom and dad, donating zakat and putting coins in her sadaqah jar, Ramadan baking, Ramadan crafts, good deeds every day like being kind, iftar every night with lots of yummy food, and Eid envelopes filled with money for kids on Eid day. And her favorite, spending lots of time with friends and family. Everyone loved learning about Nyla's special holiday, Ramadan. The Islamic calendar is a lunar calendar. Each month is based on the moon cycle, the phases of the moon. On the lunar calendar, the month begins and ends with the new moon. Let's learn about the moon phases using chocolate sandwich cookies. First, you give it a little twist, and you'll see a full moon. All you have to do is scrape away the part of the moon you don't see to get the right shape. For new moon, you scrape away all of the cream. For waxing crescent, you want to scrape away most of the cream except for a sliver. That's the Ramadan moon, the moon you see when Ramadan begins. The first quarter moon is the half moon. It doesn't have to be a perfect line. The waxing gibbous is when the moon is almost full but not quite. The full moon means the month is halfway through. The waning gibbous begins right after the full moon. The third quarter moon is the second half moon you'll see in the sky. And the waning crescent means the month is almost over. What does your Ramadan moon look like? Our favorite colors to decorate with during Ramadan are purple and yellow. Let's make a moon phases bookmark. I'll be using a ruler just to keep a straight edge, a pencil, a purple crayon and a yellow or gold crayon, a quarter because it's an inch, and we'll just be using the quarter to make a light outline of a circle. It doesn't have to be perfect, just so you know where the circle goes. And we're going to draw 9 of them across, so that's why we're using an inch, so that 9 circles fit across a regular 11-inch sheet of paper. You can see my circles are not perfect, so don't worry about making them perfect. You just want to get the idea of where a circle should be and make sure that it's equal all the way around. Okay, one more. And it's okay if it's not completely in the center. We'll be cutting away the extra paper. So I'm using my worksheet as a reference, so I know what part to shade in, where to make the line. So for the Ramadan moon, the half moon, the gibbous, the full moon, the waning gibbous, the third quarter moon, the waning crescent, and the new moon, I know where to put the dividing line. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just some light pencil marks so I know where the crayon should go. So in art, you should always use the lightest color first because it's easy to make something darker. It's hard to make something lighter. So let's start with the yellow or gold crayon. And I'm just going to fill the part of the moon we can see in with the yellow or gold crayon. And it doesn't have to be perfect because when you look at the moon, it's not perfect. There's lots of parts that are a little bit darker, a little bit lighter. It has a few craters. It has spots and dots, and that's what makes it beautiful. So don't worry about making it a perfect yellow moon. Just make sure the shape is filled in. Then you grab your purple crayon and you fill in the unlit part of the moon. I think it's cool to make the moon purple because at twilight, when the sky is purple, when you look up, the moon actually looks like the color of the sky. So sometimes you can see a purple moon or a red moon or a pink moon, depending on what time you look at the sky. And again, doesn't have to be perfect. I'm actually adding in my own dark spots here to give the moon a little bit of the character that it has. And in the center line, it's okay if the colors overlap because when you look at the moon in the night sky, the part where the light hits the dark, it's kind of fuzzy. Purple and yellow are great colors to celebrate Ramadan, but another reason they're fun to create art with is because they're contrast colors. They actually appear at opposite ends of the color wheel. Yellow is a really nice, warm color, and that's why it makes us think of the moon and moonlight. And purple is what you call a cool color. When you think of the unlit, calm side of the moon. Okay, so I'm done filling in all my moons, and I'm just going to go through and cover up any pencil lines, though I don't mind the pencil lines too much. It adds to the character of the moon. But just cleaning it up just a little bit so you can see the shape. And then erase away a few extra lines. Why not? And now you can measure if you'd like, or you can just use a scissor and freehand it and cut out and cut off the edges too. There you go. There's your bookmark. All you need now is to put it in your favorite book. Ramadan Mubarak.